There comes a time when everything any one individual purchases after having seen the glory that is Gurren Lagann, if it has a drill, it is seen immediately as a homage, even if it came out far before Gurren Lagann was even conceived. This is one of those times.
Fight the power.
Hello there, General Techno here with yet another video review. It's been a while, but I'm filming some more reviews as I'm on a review filming binge at this point. And so I'm going to show off a review of an old figure, an 11-year-old figure, but to me, it's brand spanking new because I just picked it up this afternoon. I got it loose for $10 Canadian. It's in incredibly good condition, all things considered. It's a Transmetal Scavenger from the Beast Wars line. As you can see, considering it's an 11-year-old figure, which, as I said, I got loose, the chrome is in really good condition. This is in better condition than any of my figures. The only real negative is there's some residue from where I took off the price tag sticker. But otherwise, as I said, it is in incredibly good condition. The joints are all really tight. No complaints about it. It is really good. As you can see, like his counterpart Inferno in the Beast Wars line, he turns into an ant. There's speculation that this guy was supposed to actually be Inferno, but got renamed for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but given both of his modes, it's incredibly plausible that this is true and he was originally going to be Inferno. Anyway, Transmetal Ant. Underside is relatively clean as far as these kinds of things go. And as I said in the preamble, this guy, well, he reminds me a lot of Gurren Lagann. I realized this immediately after I transformed him, but it first becomes apparent in his Transmetal Vehicle mode, which is really simple to do. I do a bit of a fan mode conversion for it, but basically what you do is you fold the ant head back, adjust the antenna a bit, and move the legs a bit. I haven't seen any real pictures as of this, as to how they're supposed to go, but I found ways that they look really good. And that said, here we go. Transmetal Scavenger in his drill mode, his Dorirrru mode. And I just butchered that romanization of the Japanese, indeed. As you can see in this mode, he has two twin drills coming out like this. In fact, if you actually put the legs out, which I'm going to do right now, because I've just shown off the drill, if you put the legs out, a very odd resemblance occurs, because this guy looks a lot like another Transmetal figure, specifically Transmetal Tarantulas. These look a lot like the mandibles on that figure, and he really looks uncannily like Tarantulas in this third mode. It's unintentional, yes, but... And also, the drill, this one drill is a bit tight there, but the intent is there that both of them spin when you roll him around. He's got wheels down here. As far as posability, well, the head moves, the mandibles fold in and out, the antennae are adjustable, and the legs are ball jointed every which way. But they're not really necessary to stand him, unlike the original Inferno, where, well, the legs were kind of needed to stand him. But he's a lot more posable than the original. That's for sure. Anyway, now we're going to transform this guy. He's a pretty simple transformation. We're going to take him up and pull apart the arms. And then we're going to take this whole piece here, which says Scavenger on it. Yeah, it's a Scavenger right there. This whole piece folds back like so, which reveals the legs, chest, and head. So he's kind of a shell former, only not really a shell former because he doesn't have a huge amount of back to him. Let's turn him around. As you can see here, there's a rub sign, which if I put some pressure on it, you can kind of see that it's Predacon actions. It looks like it's missing a protective film, but again, it's an 11-year-old toy, so it's loose. Anyway, we fold those wheels in as I showed, and we're going to fold this piece of it. So it's not a long, but it's because I haven't seen the actual instructions for the story. But it looks like that as for the arms, the way that they're supposed to go is these ant heads fold back. And you don't know if they fold out, if they're supposed to fold out to the side or not. And then you just figure out some way to get these legs out of the way. Which there's a few ways to do this. Myself, from what I've fiddled around with so far, I think I found that one of the best ways to get them out of the way is to fold them around as follows. Fold those ones like that, fold these ant heads back, and then just fold these ones back. So, standing him up, we now have Transmetal Scavenger. As you can see, it's really, really clear why I was reminded of Gurren Lagann as soon as I got him into robot mode. The dude has drill hands. I mean, drill hands. Drill hands are freaking awesome. You cannot go wrong with drill hands whatsoever, McEvier. Plus, it adds for the whole Gurren Lagann poses, which, because he's a Beast Wars toy, he can actually pull off those epic Gurren Lagann style poses. He's very poseable in robot mode. He's got knees, which aren't ball jointed. Fortunately, he's got the feet and the ankles. He's got ball joints here at the hips. He's got a neck that turns. He's got the shoulders have 360, and they can move up a bit. And as for the arms, well, they can move up a bit too. Legs have the same posability. Elbows can bend. And there is an undocumented bit of posability on this guy as well, which is that, as far as I know it's undocumented, which is that there's actually a joint where these drills can fold up. Now, I'm not sure if they're supposed to be able to fold up or not, but they don't fold very easily, so I don't really do it. But yeah, he looks like he's out of a Gurren Lagann episode right now, ready to wreak havoc with his drills of justice and serving his glorious Master Megatron. As you can see, if we look at the back, there isn't really that much in the way of back kibble. All the kibble is on the arms, sadly enough, and that's really the biggest negative of this figure, that he's got a massive amount of arm kibble, whereas the original didn't really have much kibble, but didn't pass off the whole ant very well. And its kibble was the giant abdomen. This guy, he has all kinds of kibble on his legs. His arms, even though he is a more realistic ant in the sense that 4 of his limbs aren't just his robot arms and legs. But still, he does look very cool. And for a quick size comparison, I'm going to put him next to another gloriously loyal servant of a Megatron. That is animated Lugnut. And as we can see, Scavenger, it was a Mega because the Voyager price point did not exist yet. Megas were they became Voyagers eventually, I believe. They were roughly the same equivalent, but he's slightly taller than Lugnut. Lugnut's a bit short, but yeah, overall he's about the same height, maybe a bit taller. But he doesn't really look like a short Voyager. Just to compare him with another Voyager I've got on my shelf, here he is next to the movie Voyager Starscream. And as we can see, he is just slightly shorter than Starscream. So yeah, the Megas were definitely not the same bulk as the Voyagers, as we can tell here. There's definitely less plastic on Scavenger, but well, he's still a very solid figure. Overall, I'd say that this guy is one to consider picking up if you're a Gurren Lagann fan and you love drills. Also, since looking at the head sculpt, if I look at it closer, what with its evil, sadistic grin and expression, it really seems to me this guy was meant to be an upgrade of Inferno, looking at this head and the alt mode. And the fact that he, in his actual tech spec bio, which I looked up online, he reads as Inferno in that bio. So yeah, he's called Scavenger, but to me that's like a Bumblebee Goldbug type thing, in that Scavenger is just the name his upgraded form took. And I would recommend this guy to people who like Beast Wars, who like drills, and who like sycophants of Megatron, who are blindly loyal to the bitter very end. This is General Techno signing off.